What's up guys? Welcome back to Will's Wash Wars. Now in this episode, you can see my hand. We're gonna be comparing a pressure washer to a hose.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
Now, I have a special guest here, Ivan. He's coming down to North Carolina to visit me. And Ivan, normally you use a pressure washer in your videos, right?
Right, and the real reason we use a pressure washer is because it uses less water.
It does.
But in that case, I've never tried this one, the Ely, and you're a big fan of it, so
yeah, it's nice.
We'll give it a try.
Now the main difference between these two is, of course, this is a pressure washer. It's gonna conserve water and it's gonna have more pressure. Now that is a hose. So you can see the hose is much thicker here. That's gonna use more water, but no electricity required. It's gonna pressurize it by itself. Ivan has brought me this incredibly dirty car, his lovely Escape that's towing behind his bus. And this thing is incredibly dirty. You can see all the caked on dirt. It's got grease from his diesel engine. It's got salt. It's got road film.
It's got sand. It's got everything you could imagine coming off a road is on this car.
Yeah, so this is not something you see every day on the road. So it's an incredible opportunity to see what the limits for each of these are, and let's see what you really need, because a lot of us don't have a pressure washer and you might be wondering if you need one. So this is the video for you. Let's get to it. So connected to this pressure washer gun is a pressure washer from Ryobi. This is their automotive pressure washer. It actually pushes out 1.8 GPM, which is quite high for a pressure washer. So this is great for washing cars. It's not just a normal pressure washer. And Ivan, you're holding the...
Yeah, I'm holding the Ely nozzle, and there's a lot of options to this. You've got, of course, just the nozzle itself, and you've got a nice shower head. You've got this, you've got different tips you can put on it.
Yep.
So the shower head is a lot of fun. If you want to show beating on a vehicle, this is how to do it.
Yeah, that water comes out very dreamy.
Yeah.
Now, through your hose, this is a Flexzilla hose that connects to the Ely hose reel. And down here,
yeah, you've got this Aqua, which is really neat.
Yeah.
It's basically a bibless bib. So when you take this off, quarter turn, and it pulls out.
Yep.
And now the hose is turned, or the water is turned off.
Exactly. And it was self-drained too.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
Sorry.
I got excited.
You go clockwise, yeah. So as soon as you twist that, water connects and you got water running.
Well, now you've got a very, let's say, elaborate setup here.
Yeah.
You've got the Flexzilla, you've got the hose reel and all that. What's the cost of this, all that we see here, compared to the lowly little pressure washer?
All right, well, if you're gonna count the hose reel and the bib, and it's gonna cost you a few $100s at least, and the most exciting thing being that hose reel. But the nozzle itself is gonna cost you about $70 with the attachments.
Yep.
And you got a hose bib at your home, you just connect it to it. So you don't really need the extra stuff, just the regular hose. Now here I got the pressure washer. The pressure washer itself, this is actually a very affordable and automotive specific pressure washer. This thing is currently at around $160 from Home Depot. And with the pressure washer, it does come with a hose that's gonna connect from the pressure washer to the gun, and it also includes a gun, even though I'm not using the one that's provided. But it does come with a whole setup just in this one single package. You're gonna take the front, we're gonna take the back, right?
Correct.
We're gonna share the same chemicals, even though I'm gonna be using pressure washer, you're gonna be using a hose.
Yes.
So for this kind of level of dirt, Ivan has a special method.
Yeah, we're going to be using an exothermic reaction, which means we're spraying on all clean diluted 15:1 with just a little bit of incredible suds in it to help break down all of this stuff that's on the vehicle, and then applying water spot remover to it. That creates a small exothermic reaction and sort of supercharges both chemicals at the same time. That way, when we go to rinse this, it's safe. Now, a lot of people would say, why don't you just rinse it? With all this grit that's on the surface, if you start rinsing, you are going to be scratching the surface.
Yeah. You better start with the chemical and break down all the dirt first.
Yep. while the All Clean is on the surface, we're gonna spray water spot remover over it to start that reaction.
So we don't need much, just kind of a few glancing sprays on it. Whoa, don't breathe in.
You got a mouthful of it? Yeah.
I did.
And one thing that's important is don't be mixing acids and alkalines, and always know what you're mixing and make sure they work together. These are designed to work together. It's not an issue, but there are some on the market that you could get a very bad reaction.
Yeah, all of this right here is dripping down.
Yep.
And we haven't even used any water yet.
No. So speaking of water, off we go.
Yeah.
Starting with the hose, I'll rinse from here forward, and we'll let Will rinse from here back with the pressure washer.
Yep. Now, Ivan, what's your first impression on this hose sprayer?
So it's actually got a lot of pressure to it.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of volume. So that is actually gonna help flush a panel like this.
Right.
But the pressure washer, you'll see, does a little better job, as far as I'm concerned. In intricate areas like this around the front,
Yeah.
more water volume and less pressure is actually better for rinsing these areas out.
Right.
So the hose has an advantage here.
So here I got a pressure washer. I got limited experience with it, so this is gonna be really cool to see how it compares. Let's go. And one thing I noticed about this is that it pushes a lot further than the hose. It's not just water, it's got a lot of air pushing out as well. At least that's what it feels like. So watch this getting pushed away. That's not something you can do with a hose as easily.
When rinsing a roof with a pressure washer, especially you've got a slanted driveway, so I like to go from back to front.
You know, so far what I noticed is that big difference between those two. This thing is made of solid brass.
Yeah.
That thing, composite, plastic, you know, some stainless steel in there. It's a lot lighter than this thing.
Yeah, and the hose itself is a lot lighter. Now, one thing that you can't do with that is this,
Yeah.
the foam cannon.
Now, if you like the fun, that's kind of a must-have.
So there you go.
You really cannot get this kind of fun from a hose, because pushing this kind of soap, laying this down, look at this.
And just... So the pressure washer, to me, the big advantage is being able to use a foam cannon.
Yeah.
That's the biggest advantage that I see, but we're not done yet. We still have rinsing after this, the wash, but first we need to wash. And since this is Will's Wash Wars, where we need to compare one thing against another, let's compare a sponge to a brush.
All right.
You know, you can buy any broom handle that you want or paint roller handle. And I've actually seen one on your channel that is quite a nice one.
Yeah, from Lowe's.
Yeah, but we have this one available for those that don't want to go to their hardware store and pick one out to suit their needs.
Yeah, this is actually really nice because how light this is. I can hold it with just 2 fingers like that.
Yeah, it's anodized aluminum and plastic. Very simple to adjust, very simple to use.
You know what, when you said the brush is even better with soap, you were lying. This thing is just gliding.
Yeah, it works well with the rinseless or the soap, but with the soap, it's a lot of fun.
All right, up here. And of course, the biggest advantage that this brush has is the roof. Look how easy I can wash the roof. Just like that, standing all the way in the back. I'm not using any pressure. And the glass too. I can reach all the way from here to the other side of the glass. And just for visualizing it even more, let's throw some more suds on it.
Come on, my part was almost dry.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
We got water today. All right, so you see all these suds? Let's see how that pushes away compared to the hose.
Will was extremely efficient at rinsing this off. Let's see if the hose can be as efficient.
And over here in the back.
Before I started rinsing, the driveway didn't have this cascade of water going down it, even though Will had rinsed. Now we've got this cascade of suds rolling down the driveway because of the extra volume of water.
That's another difference I hear a lot of people say is that, you know, if you wash indoors in your garage, you don't live in Canada, you don't have a drain inside your garage.
Right. I don't have a drain, I live in Canada, and yeah, it's annoying if you're using a hose because you're just flooding the whole garage.
Yeah.
Whereas with the pressure washer, you're talking, what is it, 1.8 gallons per minute?
Yeah, 1.8.
Versus 5?
Probably 5 or 6 with this Ely thing.
Yeah, so, you know, this puts out a lot of water very quickly, you know, efficiently, great at cleaning your driveway, but not as efficient water-wise. So if you are working indoors, definitely the pressure washer has a bit of an advantage there.
Yep, or you live in California, your water bill is just higher than anyone else in the world.
Exactly. So let's get drying, sir.
All right.
Now, Will hasn't quite learned trigger restraint yet. So I'm going to be using the Envy. That way we're not using too much. And it's literally just a glancing spray per panel, maybe 2 or 3 on the hood. And that's it. You don't need a lot to be a good drying aid, especially on a coated car like this. That's all we need.
It's actually 1 or 2 sprays per panel.
Yeah, not 1 or 2 sprays per 20 sections.
I'll try the backside.
Okay.
And if you use something like Envy that's ceramic infused, definitely wash your towels with a microfiber wash like the one from Detail Co. Renaissance.
Yeah, Renaissance is by far my favorite.
And don't be alarmed when you hear a weird sound. It's my favorite toy.
It's not a Will's Ride Care video without at least one Wolfbox blower in it.
It actually does something. I mean, look at that water coming out. I always say that the backside is the dirtiest part of a car. And look at this versus before.
This is your grand opening with a pressure washer and a foam cannon. You just got the foam cannon today.
Yeah.
So what is your thought on that?
You know, the pressure washer is really nice, and it does clean things up quicker, I would say that, because it doesn't rely on gravity to pull the water down. Instead, that pressure just pushes the dirt and soap away. So I feel like you can get things done quicker than the pressure washer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like Ivan said earlier, the biggest reason why you should probably go with the pressure washer is if you're gonna use a foam cannon.
Yeah, definitely with rinseless wash, and yes, we could have washed this with rinseless wash, not a concern. With the rinseless wash, we're using a sprayer of some sort to spray it on the surface.
Right.
With a foam cannon or with soap, it's very difficult to spray it on the surface unless you have a foam cannon. And the foam cannon needs a pressure washer. The foam guns that attach to a hose are a, let's say, disappointing comparison.
Not worth your time.
Yeah, not worth your time. They work. They get the soap on the surface, but you know, you get this runny mess more than anything else, and you're blowing through a lot of soap because they go through a lot of it. Whereas the foam cannon is actually a little more efficient. You didn't use a full foam cannon's worth of foam on this.
I really didn't.
Despite doing the foam cannon, despite filling the bucket, et cetera, et cetera.
And that was all from 1 ounce, ounce and a half, you would say 2 ounce.
Yeah.
Of incredible
Supposed to be 1
suds.
ounce. Yeah. So with that, I think it was a fun comparison, and there's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
That's the fun part of it. But they both do the job, they both do the thing. And while we're here on Thor Media, I think you might have this little discount code that people, if they want anything that they saw here.
Yeah. So anything in this video, I will link them down in the description, and Will's Ride Care 10 will get you 10% off on everything. And my mission here is not to, you know, sell you everything. We're trying to show whether you really need a foam cannon, whether you really need a pressure washer, or your hose is enough. So that's something for you to think about, and I hope that we have outlined, you know, what are some advantages and disadvantages of each one of them. So comment down below, which one do you use right now, and what do you think you'll switch to? So thank you guys so much for watching Will's Wash Wars, and thank you, Ivan, for coming down again.
Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.